Why is this little bastard so hard to balance? Why do people hate playing against them, but in the same vein will turn around and bitch about having to play with them? The light class is a sore thumb in the game's current state. So today we're going to look at why that is, why they are so hard to balance, and what can Embark do to quote unquote save this class. In my opinion, there are two core issues at hand here. Number 1, heavy spaghetti. The first core issue with the light is that it unfortunately has to coexist with this fat fuck, the heavy class, the McRib. Now, I know most of you know exactly how the different builds within the game work, but in case you don't, or maybe you're brand new to the finals, here's a quick TLDR. In the game, there are 3 classes or characters to choose from. They have different arsenals and abilities at their disposal. Most importantly though, they each have different base stats when it comes to health and speed. The heavy class is the slowest, but has the highest HP at 350. The medium is second in terms of speed and second in terms of health at 250 HP. The light is the fastest character in the game, but has the lowest health pool at 150 HP. These differences are intended to give each class its own playstyle, and it does to a certain extent. If you are a heavy, you're expected to tank damage, kill players, and hold down objectives. If you are a medium, you're expected to be the team's medic, support, and get kills when you can. If you are a light, you are expected to be utterly useless fucking garbage that is only picking light because you want to run off and die trying to 3v1, leaving me in a 2v3. And you know, you just want me to fucking derank, don't you? You fucking troll. On the flip side, you are expected to be the most annoying little fuck I've ever played against with your stupid fucking stun gun. I hope they nerf that shit. And your dumbass little Harry Potter cloak. I hope they nerf that too. Why is my free kill allowed to stun and go invisible? This is bullshit. And you see what I did there? That's you, the community. In all seriousness though, the light build was intended to be a hit and run class that scouted for the team and could perform burst DPS, DPS is damage per second, and then dip out. However, as you can tell from my impression of the community, it doesn't have that sentiment. Right, so now we have a class that is supposed to compete with another class that has over twice the amount of HP that it does. All the while, the class needs to contribute to the team and be useful. Well, how do you do that without making them overtuned and overpowered? Well, one thing you could do is give them really high DPS weapons, which they did. The XP, M11, and the VS9 are all really pretty fucking good. They're all pretty badass guns. They have pretty decent DPS, some of the highest in the game. So that's it, right? They have low health, but have really high damage output. Perfect glass cannon, video over, right? No, not even close. See, this solution isn't exactly one-to-one with a TTK chart. And if you didn't know, TTK means time to kill. So let's go over some of the most extreme examples. Let's look at the VS9, the Oppa Stopper, my love child, and the M60 for the heavy. Versus a light, the VS9 has a TTK of 0.4 seconds. The M60 has a TTK of 0.6 seconds. Versus a medium, a VS9 has a TTK of 0.60 seconds. M60, 1.1 seconds. Versus a heavy, the VS9 has an impressive 0.9 second TTK. The M60 has a 1.5 second TTK. The light takes every single category in time to kill. What do you know? The light class with its badass fucking guns can delete people, right? Well, yes, in theory. It's always in theory. But you nor I are shroudy rowdy. These numbers assume you hit every single shot directly in the fucking chest with no damage fall off, which is impossible to do all the time. We miss shots. That's just part of the game. The difference is the heavy has a health pool that allows him to miss shots. He can afford to miss shots. The light, however, is broke when it comes to health. They can't afford to miss shit. This also gets overshadowed by the fact that every heavy will be running this, a fucking rocket launcher, the bane of my existence. It does 140 damage. Bring this into our now theoretical 1v1, and now after one shot, the light has 10 HP, and you can go figure what happens next. But that's a gadget, you might say. The light has gadgets. That's not fair. Alright, let's let the light use gadgets. Here's a stun gun. It fucking stuns people. Well, it used to do it a lot better. Anyways, go crazy. You see what I mean? What about the glitch grenade? That shuts down the heavy's abilities. Use that. Okay.
Glitch grenade out.
See what I mean? Abilities, yeah, use some of that fucker's annoying abilities. Go invisible and then attack, alright? We'll just sneak up behind them. You're supposed to be an assassin anyway. Alright, let's sneak up behind him. Now, I know some of you just rolled your eyes, and yes, I am exaggerating a little bit because, you know, as a light main myself, I can go into a game and drop 20 kills. And the fight would honestly look more like this. Come on, that shit was funny. You gotta hit the button for that one. You gotta tap in. Come fuck with me. Come fuck with me. Well, in most of these examples, you brought in the heavy's teammates. The light has teammates too. You are correct. But you see, that's where we run into the next problem. The light is most effective when you run some guerrilla warfare type shit. If you aren't privy to the term, it's basically get in, smash, get out. Just like me in my Tinder glory days. Let's say you were up against a standard meta stack of heavy, heavy, medium. Your stack is heavy, medium, light. The light is you. Now you might be asking, why is it heavy, medium? Well, because most of the time you're gonna run into two stackers, two people in a party. They see that you're a light and think, well, heavy, medium is probably the most self-sufficient duo, just in case the light is dog shit. In a fight, what you're going to need to do is get in there, do some burst damage, dip out, and let your teammates clean up the now damage stack, while you are inevitably on 20 HP hiding in a corner somewhere. Sounds fine, right? Well, no, not really. You see, the medium was running a healing beam, so whatever damage you did is now gone. Oh, what? What'd you say? You got a kill on the heavy? Well, go fuck yourself, because the medium defibbed him, while the other heavy threw down a mesh shield and then pulled up his own hand shield. So yeah, that heavy just pulled 1500 HP worth of shields out of his ass, and we're back to square one. That's like what usually happens. Another scenario is now you run in there to do your burst DPS like a good light does, and you get beamed with an F-car and a Lewis gun, and now it's a 2v3, and your teammates are pissed because you are now a typical light dying on your own. Your team loses the 2v3, the 2-stack now hops into game chat to tell you to fucking off yourself, and then when you spawn in, they shoot 60 rounds into your back to let you know how disappointed they are. Even as a light main myself, I'll admit, when I get another light on my team, I just assume I'm gonna have to babysit this guy and pop revives on him all fucking game, which I will be doing, because, you know, I'm all about the team. So the light is supposed to play an anti-team playstyle in a team-based game. Everyone stacks in this bitch, and because the light does better when they're not playing in a stack, they get the sentiment that all they want to do is run off in 1v3. Next, I want to look at the light's kit. We have already discussed that the weapons aren't the problem. They're all pretty good. However, the light's kit is subpar when looking at the other classes' kit. The light has 3 specializations: the dash, the cloak, and the grappling hook. Now, the cloak used to be very good. It made the light pretty competitive. However, they nerfed that shit into the ground with a 33% activation charge. Holy shit, dude. They're taxing more than DoorDash. So you now activate it, and you only have a little over half the duration left. There's a 33% activation charge. So now, just to turn it on, you only have 66% of its duration left. Oh, you got shot? Well, the cloak's gonna fuck off, and now you have to spend another 33% to activate it. I know a lot of people will say, well, it was annoying. Why should the light get to spam his ability and go invisible? Why should he get to spam it in and out with no penalty? Well, here's my counter argument. Spam healing, spam hand shield, you see what I mean? The dash is cool in the right hands. I can't speak on it because I never really got the hang of it outside of using it for the sword. I have some friends that are pretty badass with it, but not me. So the dash, I think, might need a better cooldown system, maybe an additional charge. And the grappling hook is cool. It's my personal favorite, although I think it needs to be another charge to truly be competitive. Now, let's look at the other classes' specializations. The medium has a healing beam, a dematerializer, and a turret. The healing beam, you all know, it's a crutch that everyone uses, including me, because I'm sucking my teammates off to keep the team alive. All right, it's a no-brainer. The dematerializer is okay. You can make play on objectives. You can open up new angles to shoot from. And the turret essentially spawns in another player to fight for you. Nothing worse than trying to run in and do some damage for your team, and then this little bastard with aimbot locks onto you, deletes half of your HP, and causes my blood pressure to soar to damn near heart attack levels. Now let's look at the heavy's abilities: charge and slam, goo gun, and hand shield. The charge and slam essentially turns you into Prime Ray Lewis. You basically just get the hit stick on everybody. And it can kind of act as a get out of jail free card, because now the heavy is sprinting faster than the light can go. The goo gun can make walls, can be used as a movement tool, and can also act as a better stun gun with 20 shots instead of 1. You ever thought about that? The goo gun can be used essentially as a stun gun, because if you hit a player with it, it traps them inside and they can't move or do anything. Crazy how the community fucking hated the stun gun, and they still do, calling it a free kill. Yet the heavies get one that's essentially the same thing now, but better. Then the hand shield is a free 750 HP for the entire team and can be spammed at will. Notice anything between the light's abilities and the others? Yes, that's correct. not only are they better, but why are they better? Because they benefit the entire team, not only the player running them. So, what do we have? We have a high theoretical TTK, but not enough HP to do anything with it. We have a kit and intended playstyle that doesn't benefit the team as much as the other classes. And we have specializations that get outshined by the more team-oriented specializations of the other classes. In a team-based game where stacking is expected, it's now not hard to see why the Light is the ugly, red-headed stepchild it is. Not to mention that the Light has seen some of the most harsh nerfs to its kit, despite being the weakest overall class in the game. So, let's talk about that. How do we fix it? Well, first and foremost, let me say I am not a game developer. I'm just a fucking gamer who has seen everything from the models to the 762. And if you get that timeline joke, I love you. I believe you can go about this in two ways. One, you give the Light the ability to better survive on its own. If Embark wants to die on this hill and stick to the run and gun persona they intended for the Light, they need a way for the Light to be able to better survive on its own. The way I can see them doing this is by giving the Light a shorter healing cooldown, leaving the other classes at base, but maybe letting the Light start healing a few seconds sooner. This could also be solved by giving the Light some type of stim shot, kind of like the one they have in Call of Duty, that increases speed and health for a short duration with a decent cooldown so it can't be spammed, you know, or something like that. Maybe like a 25 to 50 HP boost, and it gives them like a 3 or 4 second speed boost just to help them get out of the fight they're currently in. They could maybe give them something like this, something like Revenant's body armor from Apex Legends, maybe like a 25 to 50 HP body armor tool that they pop, and it temporarily gives them 25 or 50 HP health that only maybe lasts 5 to 10 seconds. The second way they could fix the Light is to maybe make it more useful to the team. You could do this by giving them tools that directly benefit the others and encourages a more team-oriented playstyle. Now, they already have the sonar grenade and tracking dart, which do benefit the team. However, I think just the other things in their kit don't justify picking the sonar grenade or the tracking dart. My vote would be for a healing bomb that works similar to the vanish bomb. So it's like a splash radius. When you throw it down, you and your teammates get an instant 25 HP. Like, could you imagine your homie's in a fight right across the way and he's like, on me, and you're just like, Pikachu, I choose you. Or even something like a small drone. You throw it up in the air and then you run into a building, and then it'll mark a certain number of opponents before going away. Let's say you throw up a drone, it's in the sky, it's hovering, it'll mark 3 opponents and then fuck off. Now, I have one final solution that I think is the real problem solver and would be the most realistic to be implemented without breaking the game too much. Passives. Each class could get passive abilities added to their kits. I think I saw someone post about this on Reddit. I'm not sure, maybe if that's where I saw it first. And then also X Defiant. Every character has a passive, so I thought, why not? Why couldn't the finals implement something like this? So for the Light, since their whole shtick is speed, I think maybe their passive should reflect that. My idea would be the Light should be able to steal objectives faster. This would promote playing around the objective and thus help the team. Or maybe even give them the ability to steal an objective passively. So they run up, press E or whatever your keybind is to start stealing, and then a small circle would appear. And then within that circle, they could fight and the objective would still be getting worked on. But if they leave that circle, then the stealing stops. If the passive abilities could include 2, my vote for the second would be Bangladore's passive from Apex Legends, in which movement speed increases when you take damage. Call it like adrenaline rush or some shit. The mediums for sure should get increased revive speeds, since their role is the medic at this current point in time. And the heavy's passive ability could be the melee damage to the environment is increased, since they are like the edgelords of destruction. And I also think that the environmental damage in this game kind of gets overlooked and isn't stressed enough. So there you have it, my gamers. Why the Light is such a tedious thing of balancing, and what I think Embark could do to help the Light class moving forward. Because let's be honest, I'm sure we're all tired of the fucking sleaze fest that is heavy medium. Let me know what you think Embark could do balancing wise for this next season, and what you think of their current efforts. Think they're doing too much? Not enough? And before you get out of here, do me a favor. Tap the button. Come fuck with me. I love doing these longer video essays, but they take a lot of editing, a lot of script writing, so, a sub for my slaving in Premiere Pro would mean the world to me. Alright, GB Fresh out of here. I'll catch you on the next one. Nah, I'm playing with myself, actually. Oh, didn't know the whole fucking team was up there. That's tragic. Yeah, we're fucked here, buddy. Oh, and my bubble shield just falls through the fucking map, dude.
Oh, you're gonna die.
I was putting it more like on the ground, but that works. I mean, it could work similarly to the. It could work similarly. Oh my god, am I having a fucking stroke? Fuck that word. We're not saying it. Holy shit. So do you guys remember this challenge? Yeah, I've been holding on to this clip for a while. It's been in the vault. You know, me and my boy hopping in power shift. You know, just trying to get it done like you're supposed to do. You know, be a sniper in the back of the map. Be a prick. And this dude had something to say about it. So enjoy this back and forth.
Oh, these guys. Look at this guy. What's he doing? What are you doing, guy?
Well, you got a fucking problem, kid? You got a fucking problem? Bitch made? Say something.
You guys play like
Hey,
pussies.
don't blame us.
That's
Blame
it.
the game.
Hey, don't blame us, man. It's a fucking challenge, man. Trying to get this shit done. Blame fucking
Dude, you can,
Embark.
you can do it legit without sitting in the back of the map.
Yeah, well, suck me off, dude. Trying to get this shit done.
Imagine being that big of a rush. It's day 1 of the week.
What do you mean it's day 1 of the week, dude? It's part of the fucking whole season challenge. I'm trying to get this shit done, brother. I haven't been playing. You sit here talking like we're fucking losing, dude. Calm down.
I'm not mad at that. I'm just mad at how bitchy you're playing.
Oh, well, your parents are mad that you're a bitch, so.
Could you imagine being upset in power shift? What the fuck?
I just couldn't imagine playing like a pussy.
I can't imagine talking shit in power shift, dude. That's crazy.
I can't believe your parents had sex and raised a bitch.
Oh, imagine. That's your biography, dog.
Oh, dude, great comeback. That was such a good comeback. Dude, somebody signed this guy to power shift, like, esports right here. Come on. He's trying to make a team. He's trying power shift esports. He's trying to make the team. He's trying to make the team.
He is all business now.
Yep. Somebody signed this man. Listen, dude, you can fuck off. I'm just trying to do a challenge, so.
I
be
just
alright.
uninstalled, dog.
Dude, you caring this much is kind of funny.
Just uninstalled, dog.
Just uninstall your life, dog.
Oh, bet. Report it, dude. Report it, dude.
Get this man a contract.
Hey, I finished the challenge.